Hi, I'm Richard Francis Moore. I'm the Senior Head of Motion for Weta Effects. I'm the head of the motion realm, and that means I'm responsible for the overall management of that group of departments. So that's previs, animation, motion editing with motion capture, facial performance, and also crowds. Originally, I studied as an engineer. I was actually working at a company sort of in the car industry, making car seats of all things. I found myself drawn to the more graphic side of the work, and over time I sort of realized, okay, maybe I should be pushing into this, and I found an animation course being offered in town and switched out of doing engineering into doing animation from there. I guess it's good to think about, like, when you're starting out in your career, that it may not go exactly how you imagine it, and also that those opportunities don't necessarily occur exactly how you might imagine them. And so as they come at you, just being open to them is really important. I was working at TVNZ in Christchurch, and then they moved us all up into Wellington and rehomed the whole show that we were working on. And I was doing, like, every month I was putting out like an animated clip of a character, and somebody who was working on the very, very early days of Lord of the Rings just heard about this, and they reached out and said, oh, we've got this thing on, would you like to apply? And so I did. And then got a job as part of the Lord of the Rings production company, 3foot6, doing previs for the Lord of the Rings. Really closely working with Peter. That was one of the most amazing things about that time. We got to really learn how to make movies as part of that job. When I moved to Weta, I actually was working for 3foot6 for, I think, 2 years doing the previs. And eventually it did end, and I actually went and worked for another production company in Wellington for a bit. And then a weird thing happened, because I had worked on a really specific set of shots for doing post-viz on the film with Gollum, and they were looking at them in the edit suite, and Peter actually asked, it's like, okay, well, where's Richard, who did those shots? Because they were looking at, okay, well, who's in their animation team? I'd put probably a lot more effort than was really required into that shot with Gollum climbing down the rocks. For the purposes of post-viz, it just needed to be basic blocking, but I was really into it, so I'd done a really bang-up job on it, and it's one of those examples of, like, just like that sort of thing, you'd never expect how that would shape up. When we're looking at show reels, we tend to be looking for skills, but we're also looking for that spark. So it does tend to be important to make sure that you are making them concise, you're putting your best stuff first, not too much stuff, because the person who's looking through these reels is looking through a lot of them. But yeah, trying to get that combination of showing your skills, but also showing your spark, showing your thing that makes somebody excited or makes them feel something is really important too.